Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Um, Today's video is gonna be about how I found out that I was pregnant and how I told my mom and other family members about me being pregnant. So let me start off with saying a couple things before I get a lot of comments on retarded stuff. I apologize for this glare that you guys see in my face, like on the side. It's irritating me as well. And my outfit, I just come to you guys how I feel, how I would if we were talking in person. And as long as I'm comfortable. So I just want to get that out the way. So yeah, now let's hop right into the video. Okay, so how I found out that I was pregnant. Well, uh, I had a doctor's appointment on May 30th. So I was, feeling weird and I don't know. I just wasn't feeling like myself. And, you know, I was doing things, with my boyfriend at the time. And, yeah, being pregnant was not really in like my head. I don't know, I just didn't feel right. And my period didn't come for May. So I asked one of my friends, to come with me to the store to buy a pregnancy test because I need to find out, So anyway, I bought one of the little cheap dollar pregnancy tests because people, I seen reviews on YouTube and people said that they were accurate, and I seen a couple of other videos that said like, oh, they came out with different results. So anyway, I was just like, okay, we just gonna see what this little pregnancy test do or whatever. Okay, so we bought the pregnancy test. She actually bought it for me because I was so nervous. So anyway, she bought the pregnancy test for me, and we went back to her house, and I peed in like a foam cup, and then you had to get the little stick and squeeze it, and yeah, all that. So yeah, we sitting, we waiting, and it came out negative. So I'm like, okay, like, that was a big relief off my chest. I'm like, it came out negative. I can't be pregnant, so that's good. So why is my period not here? So all types of stuff is going through my head. Like, I don't know what could be wrong with me. Like, what? And me and my mom, like, we don't really have, well, we didn't. Now that I'm actually pregnant, like, our bond is actually building. But before, like, we didn't really have that bond where I can, like, go to her and, like, talk to her about stuff like that. It's kind of weird because I usually keep everything to myself. So anyway, I go back home, I'm like, okay, good, like, but I'm still sitting here thinking, like, why, where's my period? And, anyway, I do have irregular periods. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not going to come from this month, but maybe I'm going to bleed 2 times, next month or, something. So anyway, I want to say 2 days before, 2 days before I had to go to the doctor, I actually took another pregnancy test. I'm just like, I don't know, like, I just have to take another one, like, it was just, I just had to take another one. So this time I actually went to the store and bought one by myself. So I went home and I took it and it came out positive. So I'm like, I don't know, like, again, I'm still thinking, like, this could be wrong because the first one that I took with my friend, it was negative, and now this one says positive. Like, I don't know, it could be wrong, but hey, who knows? So I'm just like, I don't know. So I hit one of my best friends up, and I'm telling her, like, best friend, I just took another pregnancy test and it came out positive. My period still hasn't come, and I have a doctor's appointment on the 30th, and blah 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 blah. So she's all like, okay, well, just wait till your doctor's appointment and let's see or whatever. So I'm like, okay. Then, like, um actually took a picture of the pregnancy test and I sent it to the baby's father. And he was just pretty much like shocked about it. But I'm like I'm not 100% sure. I have a doctor's appointment on the 30th, so I'm gonna see from there. So anyway, the May 30th comes, and we wait in the waiting room or whatever, and they call me to the back. My mom, she pretty much does everything, with me, like doctor's appointment and different stuff like that. So she comes to the back with me as well. So the nurse, she's checking my vital signs, and she asked me, she was like, when was your last menstrual period? And I was like, I actually didn't get one for May yet, but I remember April 14th was my last menstrual. And she was like, my mom was like, this is the last day in May, right? I'm like, yeah, but mom, like how my period goes sometimes, like, it's weird. And she was like, but she was already giving me that look. So, I had to pee in a cup, and I actually didn't know that they were taking a pregnancy test. I didn't know, but I should have figured because they made me pee in a cup. So anyways, like, the doctor came in, and the doctor was like, oh, okay, well, I was 17 at this time too, May 30th. So the doctor's like, okay, well, so Mrs. Andrews, which is me, is turning 18 soon, so we need to ask her a couple questions and blah 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 blah. So, mom, can you please step out the room? So mom's like, yes. Okay, so she stepped out the room. My niece was actually with us as well, so they both stepped out the room. So the doctor, he sat down and he was like, okay, Cassidy, do you feel safe in the home? I'm like, yes. He was like, do you have anyone that you can talk to in the home? I'm like, yes. He was like, well, we took a pregnancy test and it came back positive. I'm like, huh? It came back what? He was like, yes, it came back positive. I'm like, are you sure it was for me? That's what I asked my doctor. I'm like, are you sure it was for me? And he was like, yes. I'm like, just stuck in space. And he was like, yeah, it's time, it's reality. And I'm like, me? He's like, yes. He was like, you have the opportunity of telling your mother now or on your own, but it has to be soon because we're going to send you a referral to the OBGYN in about 3 days. But I don't want to rush you and, stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay. Like, trying to process it. So, my mom comes back in the room. And I actually told him, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell her now because my niece is with us. And, my niece, like, she goes to private school. She's 6 now, but then she was 5. Yeah, she was 5. And she's just smart and she's so outspoken and she's just gonna say whatever she wanna say. So I'm like, no, not right now. I'll tell her on my own time, but it will be before you send the referral to the OBGYN. So he was like, okay. So she comes back in the room and she was like, so what all did he ask you? And I told her like the 2 questions that he asked me. She was like, did they take a pregnancy test? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, no, I don't think so. So anyway, that night, we had choir practice choir rehearsal at church. So, we're going, we're driving in the car, and all this time, like, it's so stuck on my head, like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to tell her, I don't know what reaction I'm going to get out of her, I don't know what she's going to do, like, what is she going to do? Is she going to kick me out? Like, what, So, we're in church, and we're doing all this choir rehearsal, and blah, 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 blah. So, church is over, and my sister actually came to pick up my niece before choir rehearsal was over. So, me and my mom now, we're just driving home in the car and, stuff like that. So while we're driving home, I'm just, it's on my mind, like, should I tell her now? I should tell her now. Tell her now. Tell her now, Cassidy. Tell her now. I'm like, I can't tell her now. So we got home, and you know, I'm just sitting down on my bed, and I'm just trying to process this, like, oh my God, you're pregnant, you're going to be a mother. Do you want to keep the baby? Do you do, like, what do you want to do? And I'm just like trying to, you know, process this to myself and make me understand, like, this is a life. This is not a doll. This is not a toy. This is a human being. This is someone that's going to depend on you for 18 years plus the rest of their life when they need you, you know? So I'm like, this is real. Like, you have to wake up now. You know, all these little games that you know, you got to wake up. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm just relax and just try to relax. So I get in the shower, and I actually took my phone with me. I don't know why, but I took my phone with me, and I'm just, you know, like, in the shower thinking. You know, I cried a little bit. I did. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, I have to tell my mom. So I was actually gonna text her and tell her to come in the bathroom, but that was, yeah, I don't know. So I actually text my mom, and I'm like, Mom, so the doctor, they took a pregnancy test when I was there, and he said it was positive. So she was like, you're pregnant, Cassidy? I'm not really sure how her face was, but I imagined her saying it like, you're pregnant, Cassidy? So I'm like, yeah. She was like, okay, so what are you gonna do? I'm like, I don't know yet. Like, I don't know, you know, I'm still trying to process this and different stuff like that. So I got out the shower, and she came in my room, and I'm just so nervous. Like, I feel like I was shaking. So she was just like, you know, telling me, you know, she cried a little bit and stuff when I told her, and she said, you know, she's here for me, and whatever choice I choose to make, she's going to be here and support me, you know, through it all. Now, if anybody who knows me, they would know, like, I'm kind of still like a baby, you know, like, my mom, like, even though we don't have that bond, but she does still do everything for me, you know, like, you know, she pretty much does everything for me, you know. And I'm actually, like, from when I found out, I'm actually learning to do everything on my own. I'm, you know, adapting to being independent. So, and not depending on her so much anymore, because I would really depend on my mom for everything. But, you know, I'm actually learning on how not to depend on her for everything, because, you know, I'm about to be a mother now. So, yeah, that's how I told her. Now, my other family members, I honestly don't know how they found out, I don't know. But they found out, they came to me asking me questions. I kind of wasn't ready to tell people, so I would just like scoot that question to the side, you know, like ignore it kind of. And I was just like, I wasn't ready to tell them, so they would just ask me, and they just keep like, oh, you look like you're getting bigger, or your boobs are getting bigger, or blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, okay. All right. And okay, but as you know, time went by, they started to see, and they were just like, okay, yep, she's pregnant. And I just came out and told them, and now it's just all over my social media, so it's not a secret anymore. So yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys ask me any questions that you guys feel the need to ask me. I want to be 100% honest with you guys, and you know, I do want to share everything with you guys to, you know, a certain extent. You know, it's not like a whole bunch of stuff you guys should know, but the stuff that you guys should know, I will let you know, you know, and as long as it's appropriate, of course I'm going to answer your questions. So don't forget to, you know, just comment whatever questions you guys have for me. If you guys think I missed out on anything in this video, any type of information or question, just ask me in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to answer your question. Don't forget, I do have a couple of my social media in the description box, so yeah, just go follow me on there. And and you'll be seeing more of me. Bye guys.